Good morning! It's time for my usual cup of coffee. Actually, it isn't. Because I never drink coffee. This is the thing I've avoided my entire life. Because coffee, however sexy and tasty and mainstream it looks, is a drug. Call me Grandpa.
Grandpa.
I've seen too many of my friends who couldn't function normally without a daily cup of coffee. They get headaches, jitters, restlessness, and get so addicted that coffee does nothing but cure their headache that came from coffee in the first place. And sometimes they even drink coffee and go to sleep. In these cases, what's the point of it? Don't get me wrong, coffee is a great source of energy and is good in moderation. But for me, I'd rather get all my energy from sleep. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow. The country I'm in right now quit coffee. They stopped drinking it. They stopped making it. Instead, they drink something better. A different kind of plant. What is this? Let me tell you the story. 150 years ago, Sri Lanka was one of the largest producers of coffee in the world. Everybody here had a coffee farm and loved coffee until one day a disease came and destroyed all the coffee plants. The whole coffee industry died. So, Sri Lanka researched a different kind of drink to produce. A drink that is healthier and better than coffee. It has 1/3 of the caffeine. It does not give you a headache like coffee. It has many more flavors. It has antioxidants. It helps with diabetes and weight loss. You guessed it! The drink is called Yes, Sri Lanka changed from making coffee to making tea. And that was the best decision ever. Now, this country is the 4th largest maker of tea in the world. More than 4% of the island is just tea plants. Check this out. They took the whole top of the mountain and then they just filled it with tea plantations. All of it. It's amazing. 1 million Sri Lankans work in tea farms and almost every Sri Lankan drinks tea.
We love tea! We love tea! We love tea!
Everywhere you look, you see factories that make tea like this one. Tastes like Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, tea is a science. They have tens of flavors. Check this.
The plane to Sri Lanka has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 types of tea.
Every cup is measured to make sure it's 2.5 grams of tea per teacup, and it's brewed exactly for 3 minutes.
2.5 gram is a cup of tea is our tradition more than 100 years.
This is white tea, the most expensive tea here in Sri Lanka because it's unprocessed. It's as natural as it gets, and it looks very different from any other tea brand. The nature of this country is perfect for tea plants. It has the right elevation, the right sun, the right moisture. That's why tea here tastes a little bit sweeter than anywhere else in the world. And you didn't hear it from me. You heard it from professional tea tasters.
It's fairly sweet.
I am not a coffee guy. I don't like too much caffeine or headaches or addiction. I am a tea guy. That's why I am so happy to be in the country of tea, Sri Lanka. It is so nice to just hang out at a tea farm and drink
locally made tea.
The country that proved tea is better for you than coffee. So maybe it's time to quit coffee and drink tea instead. Everybody loves Starbucks. It's basically in every country. But there is one country that has so much coffee with 0 Starbucks. I have just arrived to the country of Here, people love coffee so much that there is one coffee shop on every street corner. That's over 18,000 coffee shops, and they're all entirely local, no big chains. Because here, the coffee is so cheap that it's just really difficult to compete. You can have one delicious cup of coffee for just 50 cents. And even if you don't like coffee, you have to go to Albania just to see how generous the Albanians are. Albania may not be on your radar, but if you want a good, cheap cup of coffee and an incredible time, then visit this country. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
Guys, we found a shoe made of coffee. That's right. These guys take the coffee waste you, me, and Starbucks throw away every day and turn it into the most eco-friendly shoes. How do they do it? Does it smell like coffee? And if you put it in water, can you drink it? In Helsinki, Finland, I found Son and Jesse.
Hello Nash Daily, I'm Jesse.
I'm Son, and we make sneakers out of coffee.
Son and Jesse love sneakers a lot. They wear them, they buy them, they even collect hundreds of them because they look so good.
Who can resist a pair of these?
But the thing is, sneakers aren't that great for the planet. They're full of leather, rubber, and plastic that do not recycle well.
As sneakerheads, we were always curious how sneakers are made.
Shoes end up in landfills like this one that pollute the air we breathe.
Making one pair of sneakers release around 30 pounds of carbon dioxide.
But Son and Jesse love their sneakers, so they tried eco-friendly brands, but still found them super ugly.
Sorry, but if you remove the logo from any sustainable sneakers, they all look the same.
So they wondered, what if they made their own eco-friendly shoes and made them look badass? They tried to turn vegan leather, organic cotton into shoes, but it just wasn't sexy.
Well, we wanted to make a comfortable shoe, a knit shoes, and it turns out to be a hiking boots.
Then one day, they met at a coffee shop, and while drinking their espresso, they thought,
what if we turn this into sneakers? Coffee waste also pollutes the air. 3 million tons of it go into the landfills every year.
They used plastic bottles, ground them into these tiny little balls, mixed them with the coffee grounds to end up with this cool, eco-friendly shoes. But wait, here comes the best part. The recycled plastic makes it waterproof.
We create a waterproof layer that's made from recycled plastic that keeps your feet dry.
The recycled coffee makes it odorless.
Coffee grounds absorb sulfur, which causes smelly feet.
It's a win-win for humans, for the planet, and for fashion.
We are also launching a hoodie made out of coffee as well.
Son and Jesse teach us that shopping doesn't have to be a bad thing, and that making people care about the planet is easier than you think. All it takes is a few cups of coffee, a little bit of science, and a whole lot of love for fashion.
Guys, I am in the country of coffee. Here, coffee is not just for drinking, but it can tell your future and save your marriage. Let me explain. Welcome to Turkey! In Turkey, they can make coffee look like it never ends, like this.
The hot sand cooks the coffee. It's interesting to watch the Turkish coffee cooked in the sand.
It's so creamy. And after you drink your coffee, some people think the leftover coffee can tell your future.
Oh, it says you will travel a lot.
And they have a coffee wedding tradition. The woman makes salty coffee for her future husband. If he can drink it with a smile, he is ready for marriage. I am in love with Turkey. The coffee is delicious and the people are amazing. And the good news is, we are taking you here. Sign up for Nas Travel's trip to Turkey here. If you want the best cup of coffee in your life, come to Turkey. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow!